Hey, welcome back to English Talks Daily. I'm Ella.
And I'm Jack. And today, we're breaking a few rules.
10 of them, actually. 10 grammar rules you were taught in school that are technically not rules at all.
By the end of this episode, you'll know all 10 wrong rules that are actually completely correct. And you'll say them out loud without flinching.
No more apologizing before you speak.
Okay, but Ella, why do you look like you're still recovering from something?
Because I got corrected yesterday by a stranger at a coffee shop.
Oh no.
I said, "Who are you waiting for?" And the guy in line behind me literally said, "For whom are you waiting?" Out loud, to a stranger, ordering a latte.
That's a choice.
And the wild part? I was right. He was wrong. Ending a sentence with a preposition is completely natural English.
So here's the thing. A lot of the rules we were taught weren't really about correct English. They were about Old English or Latin grammar squeezed into a language that doesn't work that way.
Exactly. And that's what today is about. Giving you permission to speak the English that native speakers actually use, confidently.
Coming up, we're doing a full word tour, a Say It Better upgrade round, the most common mistakes learners actually make around these rules, and a real demo where we put it all together.
And quick note, if some of the grammar terms feel a little technical at first, don't worry. Just follow the feeling of the examples. You'll get it.
So let's talk about why these myths even exist in the first place.
A lot of them came from 18th century grammarians who loved Latin and tried to force English into Latin's rules, even though English is a completely different language with different bones.
Which is why some of these rules never actually reflected how people spoke. They were opinions dressed up as laws.
And once you know that, they lose their power over you.
So here's our mantra for today, and you're going to hear it a few times. If it's clear and it's common, it's correct.
Say that with me. Clear, common, correct.
Let's group these 10 into 3 families, so it's easy to hold on to.
This is the one from my coffee shop story. The rule says never end a sentence with words like to, with, for, at.
But rewriting every sentence to avoid it sounds robotic. Nobody says, "With whom did you go?" They say,
"Who did you go with?"
Example sentences. What are you looking for? That's the friend I told you about. Where are you from?
How it sounds in real life. Ordering food, texting a friend, small talk at work. It's everywhere.
Before versus after. For whom are you waiting? Technically correct. Sounds like a Victorian novel. Who are you waiting for? Natural, normal, human.
Teachers love to cross this one out in red pen.
But professional writers do it constantly, for rhythm, for emphasis.
Examples. But that's not the whole story. And that's exactly why it worked. But here's the twist.
How it sounds in real life. Storytelling, giving opinions, even in books and articles, not just casual speech.
Before versus after. However, that is not the whole story. Fine, but stiff. But that's not the whole story. Much more natural. And honestly, more dramatic.
This is the to boldly go rule. Supposedly, you should never put a word between to and the verb.
But to boldly go where no one has gone before is one of the most famous lines in English. And rewriting it as to go boldly just kills it.
Examples. I need to really think about this. She decided to slowly explain it again. We're trying to fully understand the problem.
How it sounds in real life, anytime you want to add emphasis right where the action is.
Before versus after. I need really to think about this. Awkward. I need to really think about this. Natural.
Some of us were told a sentence can never begin with because on its own.
True, if it's a sentence fragment with nothing after it. But because I said so, we're leaving now is a complete, correct sentence.
Examples. Because it was raining, we stayed home. Because you asked nicely, I'll help.
How it sounds in real life. Giving reasons, explaining decisions, constant, everyday use.
Before versus after. We stayed home because it was raining. That's fine. So is because it was raining, we stayed home. Same meaning, different rhythm.
Okay, quick pause. Real talk. This is such a common thing learners get anxious about. You memorize a rule, and then real English breaks it constantly, and it feels like the goalposts keep moving.
They're not moving. The rule was just never true to begin with.
Remember our mantra?
Clear, common, correct.
Someone left their phone on the table. Grammar police say it should be his or her phone.
But singular they has been used in English for centuries. Shakespeare used it. It's not new, and it's not lazy.
Examples. If anyone calls, tell them I'll call back. Someone forgot their umbrella. The winner will get their prize on stage.
How it sounds in real life? Whenever you don't know or don't need to specify someone's gender.
Before versus after. If anyone calls, tell him or her I'll call back. Clunky. Tell them I'll call back. Smooth, standard, everywhere.
Okay, this one, my grandmother would fight you over this one.
It is I is technically the formal grammatical form, but almost no one says it in real conversation.
Examples. It's me. I'm outside. Who's there? It's me. Don't worry, it's just me.
How it sounds in real life. Answering the door, answering the phone, basically any casual identification of yourself.
Before versus after. It is I who called you. Sounds like a ghost in an old movie. It's me. I called you. Totally normal.
The old rule says hopefully should only describe how something is done. Hopefully meaning in a hopeful way.
But almost everyone now uses it to mean I hope that, and major dictionaries fully accept this.
Examples. Hopefully the weather clears up. Hopefully we'll finish on time. Hopefully she gets the job.
How it sounds in real life. Starting a sentence with a wish or a hope. Constant in daily conversation.
Before versus after. It is hoped that the weather clears up. Nobody talks like that. Hopefully the weather clears up. Completely natural.
Some people insist none always means not one, so it must take a singular verb. None of them is here.
But none has been used with plural verbs since Old English, and none of them are here is standard natural English.
Examples. None of my friends are free tonight. None of the answers were correct. None of us are perfect.
How it sounds in real life. Group situations, comparisons, everyday complaints.
Before versus after. None of my friends is free tonight. Sounds oddly formal. None of my friends are free tonight? How people actually talk.
We're taught it must always be different from.
But different than
is completely standard, especially before a clause. It's different than I expected.
Examples. This city is different than I remembered. Her answer was different than his. It's different than you think.
How it sounds in real life, comparing expectations to reality. Very common in conversation.
Before versus after. It's different from what I expected. Correct? A bit long. It's different than I expected. Shorter and just as correct.
This isn't even really a grammar rule. It's more of a myth that contractions like don't, it's, and we're are somehow incorrect or lazy.
But contractions are standard, natural, correct English, used in books, interviews, even professional emails these days.
Examples. I don't think that's right. We're almost done. She's not coming today.
How it sounds in real life. Basically every normal conversation you'll ever have.
Before versus after. I do not think that is right. Fine for a very formal document. I don't think that's right. How real people actually talk.
So that's all 10. And notice, this whole time, we've been coming back to the same idea. Clear, common, correct. That's our little compass for today. If native speakers use it, and it's easy to understand, it's not a mistake. It's just English.
Now, quick mistakes round. Because knowing the rule is one thing, using it naturally is another.
Mistake 1. Wrong. For what are you looking? Corrected. What are you looking for? Reason. Technically grammatical, but it sounds unnatural and overly formal in speech.
Mistake 2. Wrong. Because I was tired. As a full stop, standing completely alone, with nothing before or after. Corrected. Because I was tired, I left early. Reason. Because needs a complete idea attached to it, even if it starts the sentence.
Mistake 3. Wrong. Everybody has their own opinion, don't they? Used correctly, actually. But learners often panic and fix it to he or she. Corrected. Leave it as they. Reason. Singular they is standard, not an error to correct.
Mistake 4. Wrong. None of them is coming, I think. Not wrong, but learners often force the singular verb out of fear. Corrected. None of them are coming. Reason. Both are technically accepted, but the plural sounds far more natural in speech.
See, half the mistakes people make are actually them overcorrecting something that was already fine.
Let's slow down for our word tour. A few useful pieces of language from today's episode.
First, flinch. Pronounced flinch. Rhymes with pinch. It means to react suddenly out of fear or discomfort. I flinched when he corrected me in public. Don't flinch. Just answer confidently. You'd use this when talking about a small, nervous reaction.
Next, stiff. Pronounced like the word stiff. One syllable. Here it means overly formal or unnatural in tone. That email sounds a bit stiff. His writing style is stiff and old-fashioned. Use it when describing language or a person's manner that feels too rigid.
Third, clunky. Pronounced clunk-y. It describes something awkward or badly put together. That sentence sounds clunky. The app's design is a bit clunky. Perfect for describing phrasing that technically works but feels heavy.
Fourth, compass. Pronounced puss. Literally a navigation tool, but here used to mean a guiding principle. Let that be your compass. Curiosity was her compass in life. Use it when describing something that helps you make decisions.
Fifth, goalposts moving. An idiom, pronounced just like it looks. It means the rules or expectations keep changing unfairly. It feels like the goalposts keep moving. Every time I improve, they move the goalposts. You'd use this when something feels unfairly inconsistent.
Now let's upgrade a few awkward learner sentences.
Sentence 1. For whom is this gift? Better, who's this gift for? Alternative, who is this for? Reason, shorter, and how people naturally ask in conversation.
Sentence 2. Because I was late, that is why I missed the bus. Better. I missed the bus because I was late. Alternative. Because I was late, I missed the bus. Reason. The first version repeats the reason twice. The upgrade says it once, cleanly.
Sentence 3. Everybody must bring his or her own notebook. Better. Everybody must bring their own notebook. Reason. Shorter, gender neutral, and completely standard today.
Sentence 4. It is hoped that you will enjoy the trip. Better. Hopefully, you'll enjoy the trip. Warmer, more personal, and much more natural in spoken English. Sentence 5. None of the students is ready for the test. Better. None of the students are ready for the test. Reason. The plural verb matches how the sentence actually feels when spoken. Okay, let's put it all together in one real scene.
Picture this. You're texting a friend about weekend plans.
Hey, who are you going with Saturday?
Honestly, none of my usual friends are free, but I found someone new to go with. Hopefully she's fun.
Huh? Well, if anyone asks, tell them I said hi.
Will do, because you never know, this could be different than our usual weekends.
See that? Who are you going with? Preposition at the end. None of my friends are free? Plural. Hopefully she's fun. Modern usage. Tell them. Singular they. Because you never know. Starting with because. Different than? Right there too.
6 rules, 1 totally normal text conversation.
And that's the whole idea. 10 wrong rules working perfectly inside completely real, natural English.
So next time someone corrects you for ending a sentence with a preposition or starting one with and,
Just remember our mantra.
clear, common, correct.
If it's clear and it's common, it's correct.
All right, out of these 10 rules, which one surprised you the most and which one will you use first the next time you speak?
Drop it in the comments. We genuinely want to know.
If this helped you feel a little more confident in your English, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needed to hear this today.
We'll see you in the next one.
Take care and speak freely.